is it? So in the last one was all the slider stuff, so and then that one I didn't actually get an ending and my game crashed. So this is really part 5, but if you want to see the slider stuff, just watch the beginning. Part 4. Here's this slider guy. Okay. He doesn't know me. You don't. Yeah, I don't, except you're the slider guy. No? No, I want to be with this guy. Okay. Vent is
Stanley,
boring. The vent
come
just
over
takes us to the
here.
skip.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
There's more stuff I've just got to figure out how to get to.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There's got to be something over here that I can use that isn't the main way.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase,
Go down.
Stanley
Go
walked
down.
upstairs to his boss's office.
That's the loop. Executive bathroom is boring. It's just a bathroom.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Yeah, gotta listen to this. Why?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
What if I do activate the nuke? Can I stop it?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay, I gotta find something good. Gotta find a new ending. I'll take the vent if I
Stanley
can't
walked
find
straight
it.
ahead through the large door that read
Escape?
Mind
That just
Control
takes us to that
Facility.
museum. Yeah.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay, we gotta do this.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to
There's a
accept it
different
blindly?
ending that I did, so
No.
come
He
on.
refused to believe it.
There be a
He
different
couldn't
pathway.
accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
We gotta get a new ending. I'm taking the vent, I'm sus.
Psst. Stanley, come over here.
There's gotta be a
the
different
vent.
pathway in here.
I want to show you something.
Like a vent, 2 doors.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked
There's
it away
something
here
right
where
up
the
there.
game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste. And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Yeah, that's where I don't want to go. I want to either go through this door or go through this door.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Okay. See, this door opens and brings us to the serious room. I can't get over there. I can only go back.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all
Let's
over
let him
again.
talk. Uh,
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the
is
memory
there
zone
like a
before.
vent back here?
What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews.
Okay, we need to find something real. Oh,
Stanley,
vent
come
had
over
nothing.
here.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool
Nope,
surprise I
I
made for
don't.
you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Oh, we had to redo it. Okay. I only know the first three, so not gonna. What was the one that was like, oh, knock on this door 5 times? Can we get that again? Oh, we lost that door. The new content killed that door.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
Door on
left.
his
This was
right.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments
Coffee
here in
nut.
this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We're
Stanley
doing
was so
this. We're
bad at
not doing the
following
wife thing.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired
We're
years ago.
not going that way.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in
No,
control of
nothing
the
wrong.
story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
What do I do?
Psst. Stanley, come over here.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool
No,
surprise I
no.
made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares? When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Yes, I
he entered the
did.
door on his left.
No, we tried this. Okay, I'm gonna not do this. I'll be right back. I will be right back.